Hi friends, do you sometimes feel like this? You easily get upset in your relationship because your partner says something to you that immediately winds you up, and you find that you cascade into mood swings or even depression. And does it result in this? Because you quickly get overwhelmed and your experiences are so intense and that you almost see things in technicolor because you're so emotional. And if you can identify with anything that I've said, it's likely to be due to the fact that you are a highly sensitive person and you make up about 15 to 20% of the general population, and that makes you unique. So what I want to do in this video is to explain how you, as a highly sensitive person, can use your unique personality trait to your advantage. This video is going to take your relationship from this to this, so that you don't get negative feelings of being put down, disrespected, unloved in whatever relationship that you're in, and that you can start enjoying that feeling of vivid emotion that makes you special as a highly sensitive person. Friends, this is a deep dive video. It's a game changer for you. So don't go away. If you're a highly sensitive person, you won't want to miss this video. I'm going to be back in a sec. Hi friends, welcome to Boost Your Personal Development. This is a channel. It's all about empowering you in your relationships and on your personal growth journey. Thanks for watching. Love you. The first thing I want to do is to explain exactly how your brain is wired as a highly sensitive person. And highlySensitiveRefuge.com says that it relates to the ventromedial frontal cortex, which is hidden in the front of the brain. And this is, a very fascinating area because it's an area of the brain that's connected to several systems. And these systems allow you as a highly sensitive person to experience things on a more deep level, which is great, and it's great for your relationship as well. And this frontal area of your brain, it controls your emotions, it controls what you value, and it affects your sensory data, how you actually process your experiences. It makes you compassionate. It affects your impulses, and it impacts on how you think and feel. And if you're a highly sensitive person, you have heightened emotional experiences. Now, we all have this from varying degrees. So if you're in an argument with your partner, your emotions are going to be at a heightened state. But if you're a highly sensitive person, it's like you're turning up the dial. And what this means for you, the good side of it, means that you have the ability to pick out more information. So you know about the subtle emotional cues, and it affects your conscientious awareness from a moment-to-moment basis. And this is something that helps you to develop more detail and gives you more meaning. You have more interest in people normally for these reasons because you can identify with them more. And highlySensitiveRefuge.com, it adds to this by saying, but perhaps the most important gift as a highly sensitive person is one designed to protect you, because your brain is fine-tuned to notice and interpret the behavior of everyone around you. So if someone is bad news, you know it. And if someone is not going to treat you right, you also know it. You can see it coming. And if a situation isn't right for you, you probably know that too before everybody else. And if you're in a relationship, then you can benefit from having a more in-depth, holistic understanding of people in general and also your partner. Where it becomes an issue, however, is when you don't have a healthy environment with a supportive loved one to help you. This is because you can become hypersensitive, which could lead to reading more into things than is actually happening. So for example, as a highly sensitive person, you can become more disturbed by violence, by tension, or feeling of being overwhelmed. And this may lead to you having arguments more often. You can feel conflict more often. So it's almost as if you're getting ahead of yourself, and your reality can sometimes become distorted. So how can you deal with this? Well, I'm going to give you the deep dive research that I found, which will help you to benefit from the advantages of being highly sensitive and reduce the disadvantages. So the first thing my research has revealed is that you, as a highly sensitive person, you need to be able to control your environment better, because you're likely to be someone who empathizes with others more. You're quite sensitive to others' moods, so you need to control your environment. That means understanding what triggers you, what sets you off. And the best way of dealing with this in a relationship situation is discuss it with your significant other. So you could say to them, when you say this to me and when you do this, it makes me feel this way because I'm sensitive to it. And I think it's important to appreciate that there's no shame in saying that you're a sensitive person, so that your partner knows that you're going to be reacting to certain things in a given situation. Because when you're having a conversation with your partner, you'll be able to explain to them, look, this is how I'm feeling, and your partner will be able to explain, well, this is what I meant by it. I didn't mean to upset you. It was just something that I said. And so therefore you know that there are boundaries and that you can understand what's going on from your partner's point of view. The second thing that you need to do is understand that as a highly sensitive person, you may demonstrate seemingly inappropriate emotional responses to any given situation. What do I mean by this? So you may be more prone to thinking that your partner is cheating on you when in fact they're not, or you could think they're mistreating you when they're not. So, like I said before, you have this conversation with your partner. You should be prepared to apologize to your partner if you've misjudged them after you've had a conversation with them. And your partner should also be prepared to apologize to you if they've said something that's upset you. And it's best for you to do this immediately so that there's no misunderstanding in between these periods. So your partner may be saying a joke, telling a joke that is an innocent joke, but you overanalyze it, you take it the wrong way, and if there's no conversation surrounding this, then it can cause conflict. So you're both meeting each other in the middle to avoid any potential issues happening. So what's the third thing that you can do to avoid being hypersensitive, being too sensitive in your relationship? And that is to understand that your partner is meeting you in the middle. So you've got to do something as well. You can't just get them to do all the work. You've got to increase your patient level. So that means listening to difficult conversations, discussing it with your partner, knowing what your triggers are, and basically extending your patience level so that you don't become overwhelmed and anxious, because you can see it coming. You can see these things coming because you've discussed it with your partner. So it's protecting yourself against your emotions. So it's more or less taking a deep breath and understanding it from your partner's point of view, and understanding that as a highly sensitive person, you are prone to be offended more often. And so therefore taking this into consideration. That brings me to the fourth thing, and that is to appreciate that when you're a highly sensitive person, it's not considered to be a disorder. It's a conceptual personality trait. However, if you're finding it very difficult to control your emotions, you suffer from a lot of anxiety, and it can even escalate into depression, then you can engage in talking therapy, which would boost your overall feeling of well-being. And I'm going to put a link down below in the description of talking therapy that can assist you. The fifth thing you can do to avoid being overly sensitive in your relationship is understand that you're likely to need more of your own space to bring in a feeling of well-being. So going back to this conversation you're having with your partner, explain that you need to spend quality time by yourself. So as a highly sensitive person, the last thing you want is somebody nagging you to change, blaming you, for your condition and what's happening. You don't want to be upset by what they're saying, so you need to have that space. And there has to be a level of trust as well. That's very important. Layers of trust, your partner showing you love, giving you space. So really what you're doing is you're building in protective shields, protecting yourself from an environment that might otherwise upset you, so that you can feel at ease in any given situation. And the sixth thing that you should know is, having said that, appreciate that it's not all about you. Your relationship consists of two of you, and so it's about compromising. So understand that if you're acting negatively, make a conscious effort to change, because It's about growing together, understanding your partner, understanding you, and getting to grips with how you express yourselves together in a positive way. And if you need more help with this, I'll put links down below to give you more information about how you can overcome issues regarding being a highly sensitive person. Please consider subscribing, liking and sharing this video if you know that anybody else is suffering from being hypersensitive, then I think this video will help them. Love you loads and see you in the next one. Take care for now. Bye.